चराचर तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। आज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं यत्तं यद्विषित् सचराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पावजीव्याप्य यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्नं वीरजितापदम्बुजः वेदान्तम्बुजसूर्योय तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चैतन्य शाश्वत सन्तो व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनाराकलातीता तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्ति समारूढा तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्म सम्प्राप्ता कर्मबन्धविदायिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। शोषणं पापसिन्धोश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरौ पारोरकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। न गुरोरादिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरादिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। माता श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु मम सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश गुरुपरमदैवतं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva Gurudeva
Ananda Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva Gurudeva
Hey Ananda Sri Vishwananda Gurudeva Gurudeva Vishwananda, Gurudeva, Gurudeva.
Hey Ananda Sri Vishwananda, Gurudeva, Gurudeva.
Hey Ananda Sri Vishwananda, Gurudeva, Gurudeva.
Hey Ananda Sri Vishwananda, Gurudeva, Gurudeva.
Tera leela parampar, मैं क्या समझूं वो सरकार.
तेरा लीला अपरंपार, मैं क्या समझो सरकार.
दे दे हमें कोई तन्या प्यार, आता रहो तेरे दरबार.
मेरे हो इतना प्यार, आता रहो तेरा दरबार.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वानंदा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वानंदा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
रोना चाहे तो रमाना आवे, श्यामा भी तेरे गुण गावे.
रोना चाहे तो रोना आवे, श्यामा भी तेरे गुण गावे.
कृष्णा बोला है सुन भक्ता, गुरु कृपा ही मुझे तकलाता.
कृष्ण बोला है सुन भक्ता, गुरु कृपा ही मूर्ता लाता.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वानंदा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वानंदा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वानंदा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
हे आनंदा श्री विश्वनाथा, गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा.
Om Namaste Namaha, Om Vishwaya Namaha, Om Nirvikasamudhyataya Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Gurumutaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Surochvanaya Namaha, Om Samukaya Namah, Om Charvasaya Namah, Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Padmambujaya Namah, Om Annakamanaya Namah, Om Charvaradharine Namah, Om Nalamaya Namah, Om Adhyastapakaya Namah, Om Shri Vachakaya Namah, Om Gayatri Ashware Namah, Om Arpanasvikarakaya Namah, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namah, Om Namo Narayana Yeti Matropasakaya Namah, Om Swaramayaya Namah, Om Madhurakantaya Namah, Om Krishna Sankirtanarupaya Namah, Om Stotapriyaya Namah, Om Mitavashine Namah, Om Atmine Namah, Om Shitakarasharadaya Namah, Om Vratararaya Namah, Om Sarave Namah, Om Jagatpantaya Namah, Om Savalokaitaya Namah, Om Bhaktapriyaya Namah, Om Surdaya Namah, Om Anukulaya Namah, Om Neyaya Namah, Om Surashanaya Namah, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namah, Om Premamuttaye Namah, Om Suvikshanaya Namah, Om Pritivadanaya Namah, Om Swastidayakaya Namah, Om Tarakaya Namah, Om Anugrahaya Namah, Om Vadanaya Namah, Om Achitaya Namah, Om Attaya Namah, Om Siddhipradaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Manoharaya Namah, Om Mahakshaya Namah, Om Siddheshwaraya Namah, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namah, Om Atmalingaya Namah, Om Vingacharaprasakaya Namah, Om Siddhisaranaya Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Omkarapasakaya Namah, Om Sukshmaya Namah, Om Vishakaya Namah, Om Satvikaya Namah, Om Samadashine Namah, Om Dakshaya Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Nirankaraya Namah, Om Nimohaya Namah, Om Avyagraya Namah, Om Chitakrodaya Namah, Om Vinayashilaya Namah, Om Savashaya Namah, Om Kusharaya Namah, Om Shamaya Namah, Om Satyadharmaya Namah, Om Nirvikapaya Namah, Om Viraktaya Namah, Om Atindraya Namah, Om Satyasangaya Namah, Om Pavitraya Namah, Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namah, Om Suranandaya Namah, Om Nandanaya Namah, Om Prasanapane Namah, Om Bhaktaniraye Namah, Om Sakshaye Namah, Om Samatmaye Namah, Om Sarayogine Namah, Om Haraye Namah, Om Sutapaye Namah, Om Samyaye Namah, Om Guyaye Namah, Om Vimuktapaye Namah, Om Gabiraye Namah, Om Guptaye Namah, Om Atmadamaye Namah, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namah, Om Jyotiraraye Namah, Om Dhanyaye Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Duratikramaye Namah, Om Dharanaye Namah, Om Bhagavate Namah, Om Harishanamaradashakaye Namah, Om Kutasajatakaye Namah, Om Abhiprayaya Namah, Om Sarvamata Samadhyaya Namah, Om Shamakata Bhavavarakaye Namah, Om Premavatara Shri Vishwananda Swami Namah. Ato Deva Avantano Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Tvarivya Sapta Ramapihi Iram Vishnu Vichakrame Tredhani Dade Padam Samodamasya Bhagum Sore Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Atra Abhya Ato Ramani Daryana Vishnu Karmani Pasrita Yato Vritani Paspase Indrashya Yuja Sakaha Tat Vishnu Paramam Padagum Sada Prashanti Surya Divi Vachakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagruvagum Sasamindate Vishnu Yat Paramam Para. Om Premavattaraya Vimahe Sadguru Devaya Dhimahi Tano Vishwananda Prachodayat. Om सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वनन्द प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्रेमवतराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वनन्द प्रचोदयात्।
Govinda.
Om Vakrutunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhuvasvaha Tasaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Dejani Sajala Shridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Hare Tava Suprabhatam Radhe Sagopa Sasurupa Bonari Vantya Shidvara Kashara Vaikuntha Pate Bhuvane Kamote Gopala Deva Hare Tava Suprabhatam Meenakute Kamala Rupa Varahamote Vikramaya Tuane Guru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yarunandana Kati Rupa Gopala Krishna Hare Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Paraparesha Damodara Charananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samritarina Bandhu Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shira Krishai Bhujagari Patapa Shahi Sarvakta Rusalana Shahi Ramana Shahi Shri Gopa Vama Murutalpa Sugari Shahi Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapati Sukhanara Gautamadi Brahma Shri Sangamani Sanghavavaratesho Tishtanti Deva Bhavadashana Bhagyaheto Gopala Shekhara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Mandala Jari Tulasi Dalamali Kajahe Mayani Anjali Pute Samudaharanti Tishtanti Tvatpa Varadara Kale Munendra Radha Manohara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gautama Kana Goya Gayanti Satguna Gano Varada Savaga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kala Vishesha Shri Nadarani Rishaya Tava Suprabhatam Govana Norarana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janarta Suresha Bhavari Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukmini Shavarada Tava Suprabhatam श्रीवत्सचीन शरणागत पारिजात भक्ताति बन्धन कृपाकर दीनबन्धो दीयन्तरायति जनप्रिय दिव्यरूप श्रीनन्द गोपतनया तव सुप्रभात पद्माक्ष पद्ममुख पद्मरर प्रमेय पद्मालय शरीर पद्मनिवास शौरि गतोपवर्ति जनसेविर पाद पद्म पद्मारिनाथ हरये तव सुप्रभातम् वृन्दातले विहरणाय महेन्द्र वन्द्य कन्दापरापहरतीन सुदेशरूप चन्द्राननाय शिरचन्दन लिप्तदेहा गोविन्दयारवणये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीनन्दनन्दन यशोरकुमार धीर नायङ्गदीनद विशोन सुपुष्पहार नीलाम्बुरार सुशरीर रमा विहार गोपाल देव हरये तव सुप्रभातम् श्री जन्मवति सत्य सुगन्धि पात्र श्रीमित्रविन्द निवसा तव पुत्रिकार्ये तिष्ठन्ति दिव्य भवने तव सेवनाद गोपी मना प्रियहरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण अच्युत अनन्त मुकुन्द शौरि राधा मनोहर जनार्दन चक्रपाणे नामानि दिव्य मुनयो न विसंवरन्ति ब्राह्मी मुहूर्त समये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण सुप्रभातम् ये पतन्ति अहर्निशम् दूरीकृतं महापापम् श्रीकृष्णादायतु ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानन्द विग्रह आनदि आद्य गोविन्द सवकरण करण गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि चिन्तामणि प्रकर सन्मकल्पवीक्ष लक्षामितेषु सुरवीरविपालयन्त लक्ष्मी सहस्रशत सम्भ्रम सेव्यमानम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुं प्रणन्तमरविन्दललाटकाक्ष बालावतं समसितं पुरसुन्दराङ्गं कान्दापकोटिकमनीय विशेषशोभम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आलोलचन्द्रकलसर्पणमाल्यवंशी रत्नाङ्गरां प्रणयकेलि कलाविलासं श्यामं त्रिभङ्गललितं नियता प्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमन्ति पश्यन्ति पन्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मय सरुज्ज्वल विग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिअनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मपात्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि पन्तस्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रकाम्यो वायोरतापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवानं सोऽप्यस्ति आत्मपरसिंह विचिन्त्यतावे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि sola charitum jagaranda koti yashakti rasti jagaranda chayadananta ananta rasta paramanu chayanta rastya Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Yata Bhavavi Tadiyo Manujasthateva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhusha Shuktiyameva Nigama Pratidastu Bhakti Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavikavish Raviya Eva Nijarupa Yaya Karavihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilapma Putro Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Premanjana Sharita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sareva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupa Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Ramari Murti Shukalani Amena Krishna Nanavataram Karo Bhuvaneshu Kintru Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Koti Shvashesha Vasurari Vibhuti Vina Ta Pramaniskalamanantam Ashesha Bhuta Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Maya Yasya Jagadanda Shatani Sute Regunyata Vishaya Veda Vitayamana Sattva Balambi Parasattva Vishura Sattva Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Sarvataya Manashu Yatraninam Pratipalam Smaratamupetya Lila Itena Bhuvanani Jayani Chashtam Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Golokanam Nirijadam Nikare Chatasya Devi Mahesha Ridama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhavani Jaya Vitasayena Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Shishti Siddhi Prayasana Shakti Rekha Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga Ichana Rupamapiyasya Shashesha Tesa Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Shriram Yadala Nivikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Naitatatati Asti Reto Vyasham Bhutam Apitatan Samupetikaya Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Nivachi Eva Eka Shantaramapipetya Nipayate Nivitahetu Samana Dharma Yastati Eva Eka Vishnu Daya Vipati Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Yakara Madara Jale Bhajati Smayoga Nidramananta Jagaranda Saroma Kupa Adara Shakti Mavalamya Parasma Murti Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Govinda Mari Purushantamaham bhajami Rase Kalishasita Kala Matavalamya Shanti Roma Vilaja Jagadandanata Vishnu Mahamsa Yasya Kala Vishesho Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Vasvana Tasma Sakaleshu Niteshu Tesha Jiyam Priyata Katayata Pita Tadatra Brahmaya Esha Chakaranda Vidana Kata Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatara Balava Yugamdi Niraya Kumbha Vante Pranama Samaye Sakanayi Raja Vignan Vihantu Malamasya Jagat Prayasya Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agni Mahika Karamandu Maruti Shasha Pranasta Padma Manasiri Jagat Prayani Yasman Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Amsha Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yachakshuresa Savita Sakaragrahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Tesha Yasyandaya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Damora Papa Nishaya Shutayasta Pamsi Brahmari Gita Paragavara Yasha Jiva Yatara Matra Vivavatra Katatra Pava Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasindra Gopa Madhavendra Mahosa Karma Vandana Rupa Paravaja Mahatanoti Karmani Nidati Kintu Chabakti Bhajam Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ram Krodha Karma Sahaja Pralayani Pitti Vatsaya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavare Sanchincha Tasya Sahichintana Mapurete Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Savakarana Karanam Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Om Agnanati Mirandasya Gnana Jana Shalakaya Shakshurum Militam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha. Take a deep. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam and we are in the Canto 10, so Krishna's Leela, and it's the chapter 73 and the verse 16. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Panate Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Again and again we offer our obeisances unto Lord Krishna, Hari, the son of Vasudeva. That supreme soul Govinda vanquishes the suffering of all who surrender to him. So this verse was said by kings which have been deliberated by Krishna. And this is a story which is not so known in the Srimad Bhagavatam or in the Krishna Lila. But it's a very, very beautiful story because Krishna freed 20,600 kings from imprisonment. And they got imprisoned by an evil king this king is called Jarasandha. Jarasandha is the father-in-law of Kamsa. Kamsa always plays this big role in Krishna's Leela and also the killing of Kamsa. And actually, while we were in Vrindavan, there was even the feast day, the killing of Kamsa, and it seems like the happy end is there, but there's not the happy end because he has this father-in-law, which is also a very evil king, and he was very angry that Krishna killed the father or the husband of his daughters. So he was in revenge, and he attacked Madura 17 times, and Krishna and Balaram defeated him all the time, but he continuously attacked Krishna because he was so angry about what happened. And Krishna, how smart he is, he finally decided to ask Vishwakarma to build a city close to the ocean which cannot be attacked. And this city is Dwarka, where he later left with all the others, and also on the way he kidnapped Rukmini and so on. So Dwarka was built by Vishwakarma. This is the celestial architect, and of course through the order of Krishna himself. But Jarasandha thought that he's a coward, that Krishna ran away, and this is actually sometimes described like this in the story, but it's not, this is of course not a fact. It seems like he was running away, but actually he was much smarter. So he didn't want to defeat him like in an open war or something like this. No, he retreated in Dwarka and had his happy life there. So there is a bigger meaning also in this. So what is so interesting is that, that this Jarasandha, because he was so evil, he kidnapped these 20,600 kings. And this is quite enormous. We know the story of the 16,000 wives which Krishna married, and in this way he married them to take care of them, to also that they didn't fall into let's say unrighteousness. He was marrying them, so he was protecting them, but he was also saving these 20,600 kings, and this is an enormous number, especially because we know at that time the population was not so high. Vrindavan was a small village, and so there were not such a population now how it is nowadays. So we also know that these stories really happened. So who were these kings? And what were they ruling? So I guess they were like the kings of their own village, I guess. Maybe there were just little kings. But we also know that these figures have also a deeper meaning. So of course, it's a king, it happened, the story happened, it is transported like this to us. But we also know that this also reflects something inside of us. So we have to also understand that this king is an archetype, and it means actually you're the ruler of your own life. This is a king, or a king and a queen. King and queens, they're always together. So it means also the male and the female quality inside of us, which governs your own life. You're not like taking orders from others, other authorities. You are yourself. And this is what Guruji continuously tells us. Be yourself, be authentic, and so on. This means you're a king and a queen of your own life. and you're not taking, let's say, the orders from others around you, you know, it's like traditionally the family or the society and so on. So there's a big meaning in this story. And actually, Jarasandha, he also made a big fire, yeah, where while Krishna was going away and so on, he created a big forest fire, and this is painted here in the temple. It's the mural 45. I don't want to go too much in this story because it's connected to another demon which helped him, Kalyavana. And what is this fire which Jarasandha created? It is actually this fire of desires, and this is what imprisons us. Yeah? These kings have been imprisoned. So what is the imprisonment? The imprisonment is that we are imprisoned through our own desires, through our own wishes. This is the real imprisonment. So it's not the outside, it's the inside. So by creating this big fire, means like this fire of attachments, the fire of desires which can burn everything. Also here is a bigger meaning. And and Krishna, which delivers them, so he delivers these kings, and these kings realize the chance they got, and this is the verse which I was just chanting. This talks about this gratitude from the kings while they have been freed. So it is really a very beautiful story, and it talks about this when we realize that we not living our life, that we are caught in our own pride and arrogance, that we think we are somebody, we are a king or whatever, but we are actually only in delusion, and we are not really living the life which is meant to us. This is the deeper meaning of that. So why I actually came to this verse was because I wanted to talk about Govinda. And Govinda, we all know, this is a name of Krishna. He's the one, the cowherd who takes care of the cows. So he's this shepherd boy. And Guruji gave a beautiful talk some years ago on Krishna Janmashtami, where he also explained the deeper meaning of Govinda, who is actually stealing our senses, or let's say he attracts our senses so much that we get attracted to him because our attachment to the sense objects and so on. So this is what Govinda is doing. He's stealing our attention. So it's a very beautiful way how to connect with Krishna, because he's so cheeky and he does his things very hidden. And I had also a very beautiful moment during the pilgrimage we recently had in the residence with Guruji. So we went to first Rajasthan, or mainly Rajasthan, and afterwards Vrindavan. So I felt like actually it's about talking about Krishna. What else should we talk? Yeah? Krishna and Guruji. And we had recently a very beautiful satsang from Kabir Das, and it actually encouraged me also to tell my story, even it's not that dramatic. But still, I realized during this trip how present Krishna is in his deities in the temple. So we were in Jaipur, and the first day in Jaipur was for me not so pleasant. I knew Jaipur. I have been in Jaipur many years ago, more than 25 years, 27 years. I was very excited in going there. And I was also curious how it is nowadays, but it ended up that I had a day in a bad mood. And we all know this, we are caught by this from time to time, and it catched me on that day. And it even made me more angry that it happened in Jaipur, which I was looking forward to go. And it was even like this, that we ended up in a Shiva temple. And the Brahmin, the priest who takes care of this Shiva temple, used to live in the town where I used to live. And I was standing there in my bad mood, and Guruji talking with this Brahmin, and this Brahmin starts talking in German, and then said, "Oh, I lived in Freiburg," and then I said, "Oh, no." And Guruji turned to me, "She also lived in Freiburg," and he wanted to include me in this conversation, and I thought, "Oh, no. I just don't want to talk now." So there were some people standing in front of me, and I felt quite confident in hiding behind the scene. And I just said, yeah. And what was actually funny in this situation, I knew in the moment Guruji wanted to take me out of my bad mood. But I was not ready for it. I had, it was the inner fight, because I knew he created this situation. Because it's not happening that often that you go to a city or to a temple in India and somebody speaks German and even lived in that place. And it turned out that this Brahmin came to Freiburg in the year where Guruji gave the Darshan. And he gave several darshans in this city, Freiburg, I think 3 or 4, and I think this was the last one. And this priest saw a poster from Guruji. So he had the darshan of Guruji, but he didn't come. At that time, he didn't come, but he saw it and he recognized Guruji. Like 18 years later, he recognized Guruji from the poster and said, I know you. So he was not ready at that time to see Guruji, but Guruji came to him. And this is a very sweet story, and of course, it touched me, but it actually happened, it was synchron, We are not ready to come to him, so he comes to us. So Guruji was enacting this little lila with me also. I was not ready to go to him inside, so he came to me. Yeah? So this, we all know that these are Guruji's place, these are Guruji's lila, and of course we had a very beautiful kirtan, and actually my mood really lightened up, whatever was the reason. But we are called for something else. Yeah, we are not called in our own misery. We are called for something else. And actually, at the end of the day, everything was fine. And so now to the next day, the following day, because as I said, I was looking forward to go to Jaipur, and I was especially looking forward to go to the temple of Govinda Devji. Because I remembered the satsang which Guruji gave many, many years ago, where he said that actually not Banga Bihari is his favorite deity. It is Govinda Devji in Jaipur, Rajasthan. And I thought, who is this Govinda Devji? I never ever heard about him. And why nobody knows about him? Who is this Govinda? So I was Googling at that time because it really touched me. I thought, what is this? Yeah, because Guruji at that time spoke only about Banga Bihari, Vrindavan, and so on. So that's why I knew about the temple, and I somehow remembered also the story, because this Govinda, this Krishna, is actually, I guess, it is the oldest murti of Krishna himself, because it was made by the grandson of Krishna, who wanted to know how Krishna looked like. Yeah, he was in the lineage. He was born in the lineage of Krishna, but he didn't know how his grandfather looked like. So he asked his grandmother, who knew Krishna from her lifetime. She was the daughter-in-law from Krishna. So he asked her, how did Krishna actually look like? And through her description, he let Krishna be made. And it turned out in 3 murtis, because never was the grandma satisfied how Krishna looked. Yeah? One time he said, yes, it's good, but actually only the feet look like Krishna. So this is one Krishna. Then the next one was, oh yeah, it's okay, but it's actually only the chest which really looked like Krishna. Okay, and then the third murti, where the grandma said, yeah, this looks closer than Krishna, but it's only the head. Yeah, so it's the head, so really the head of Krishna, how he looked like this at that time. So in this way, we have these 3 murtis, which 2 are in Jaipur and 1 is in Rajasthan. And this Krishna Govinda Devji in Jaipur is actually the Krishna who the head looks like Krishna himself. And this is a very sweet story, which is not so known, and it touched me very much, because I also want to know how Krishna looks like. I don't know how about you, but I really I want to know how Krishna looks like, because I have not a vision of him. I look at Guruji, I can see Guruji in him, but how did really Krishna look like? So I was really excited to go to this temple, and when we came, of course it was full. I was prepared for this, but in a way my focus was whatever, I want to see Krishna. So I made my way. Yeah, there were many ladies, and then at the other side I saw Vrindavandas. Very relaxed. He was standing on the other side where the men stood, and I said, how did he manage to go there in such a relaxed way? He was standing there alone, and I thought, I want to do the same. Okay, so I was just focusing to go on the front. There were all these Madachis, Indian ladies, and and I thought, no, maybe it's the last time I'm there. I will do this. So I ended up also in the front, very close to Vrindavandas on the other side, and I had this beautiful darshan of Krishna, and I just started to cry. I was so overwhelmed, I didn't even know why, but I saw this Krishna and I just started to cry, and I said, my goodness, this is really Krishna. And I was standing there for a long time, and nobody was chasing him away, not like in Bangi Bihari. You have like glimpses of Krishna and then you're torn away, or you would get something on your head or whatever. No, it was like for minutes we could stay there and have this darshan of Govinda Devji. And this made my day. This really made my day. I came out and had such a light feeling in my heart, and I thought, why it cannot always be like this? Just to realize Krishna is there, and Krishna looks at you, Krishna gives you the darshan, and then everything is fine. What else we want? So, and now to the other part of the story. So, meanwhile, Guruji came, or he was already there, he did his parikrama and so on, and he went a little bit to the back of the temple. So we found him, and some people were around him, some of us residents, and so on. So as soon as we saw him, we also gathered around him, like naturally. And Guruji was clearly displeased that we were around him. And several several times they tried to open this circle and to make it more accessible, that Guruji is more accessible. And it happened a little bit, so there was a kind of smaller corridor which led to Guruji. Guruji, meanwhile, was sitting on the side, and then a few of the Indians came to see Guruji. I don't know if they knew Guruji, if they heard about him. I have no idea. I was just observing this situation. And so these Indian men, families, and also elderly ladies were slightly lining up to Guruji. And Guruji gave them darshan. It was for me so touching because he was acting, he was not acting, he was like in the darshan. He was looking at them like in his full splendor, his eyes were shining, and he was blessing these people, these few Indians who came to him. And in that moment, I understood that we were blocking actually Guruji. We were blocking that the people can come to him to have darshan. Now Krishna is here. Krishna is in the temple. And if we are actually blocking him from the people, that they cannot reach him, that they cannot see him, what a use are we? And this reminded me of something which Swami Madhava, yesterday they came from Sri Vitaldam, and I saw Swami Madhava, and there's something he always says in his satsangs, and it really touches me because it's so true. We just have to understand that we are not blocking the way to Krishna, that we are not standing in the way of Guruji. That we give way, that the people reach him. And this is, of course, in a physically real way, but also in an energetical way. We have to make space and way for the people to reach him. And this is something we have to understand in the situation. For me, it was actually clear in that moment because Guruji said, no, don't stand there, and so on. So it's not that he wants to send us away. He wanted to give room for more people to come. That was actually the intention of the situation. So these few blessed souls who got darshan from Krishna, as I said, I have no idea who they were, if they have ever seen Guruji, but clearly they got an enormous darshan. Maybe they didn't know what's going on. Maybe the same what happened with me standing in front of Govinda Devji. You just started to cry and you realize you are standing in front for Krishna, and this is the only aim of life, to bow down to his lotus feet and to surrender everything to him. So I want to conclude this satsang. I had more stories prepared, but actually it speaks by itself. That if Guruji tells us something, that we don't take it in a personal way, that we don't see this in a personal way, that there is a higher meaning. And if he tells us, make space or don't stand there, that we just move on. And if we have Krishna in our heart, it doesn't really matter so much. As I said, in that moment, I was so filled with this feeling of Krishna in my heart that, it's just something you cannot describe even. If you have the feeling inside, it's difficult to even describe because these words cannot fill the feeling you have in that moment. So I wish you wonderful darshans from the deities, and also encourage you, to look in the eyes of the deities. Because what happened to me in Jaipur also happens to me here. Sometimes, I just look in the eyes of Krishna and can feel this presence of him. And I feel the presence of Guruji sitting him during Guru Puja. He sits there, if we see him or not, but he sits there. And sometimes I feel that he's standing there or sitting there and just looking at us. And to encourage us also to take this opportunity to come here. We have this beautiful temple in the middle of nowhere. There are Indian families coming here who say, my goodness, we are so glad that we found this temple here. And it's for us next door. And some people have to travel from far away. As we have to travel far to India, but we have it also here. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Oh Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Rala rala radahine.
Rala rala radahine.
Rala rala radahine. Hiranyakashipu vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu vakshaha.
Shilatankanakalahaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalahaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito nasimho, karato nasimho.
Ito nasimho, parato nasimho.
Ito nasimho, karato nasimho.
Ito nasimho, parato nasimho.
Oh, yato yato yami tato nasimho.
Oh, yato yato yami tato nasimho.
Oh, yato yato yami tato nasimho.
Yato yato yami tato nasimho.
Bahiya Buddha Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Jano Bihinga Keshavareta Narahari Ropa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare
Kala Kamala Vare Nakama Buddha Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrika Keshavareta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare
Oh Keshavareta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare
Keshavareta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare
Oh Jayo Nachingare 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 Jayo Nachingare
Jayo Narsinghadev, 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 Jayo Narsinghadev, Jayo Bharat Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, Bhakta Sarupa, Jayo Bharat Maharaj, Jayo Bharat Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, Bhakta Sarupa, Jayo Bharat Maharaj.
Jai Guru Re Guru Re Guru Re Jaya Jaya Guru Re Sri Vishwananda Guru Re Guru Re Guru Re Sri Vishwananda Guru Re Guru Re Guru Re Guru Re Sri Vishwananda Guru Re Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Prabhatida Megarataya Mangala Mangala Me Prabhatida Megarataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Shaligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Shaligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Dinandadarini Godagachaya Mangala Mangala Me Dinandadarini Godagachaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja cha mangala mangala me Rangesha Kankarataya mangala mangala me Rangesha Kankarataya mangala mangala me Maranataya Darini Daraya mangala mangala me Maranataya Darini Daraya mangala mangala me Ramanuja Ramanuja mangala mangala me Yadiraja Ramanuja mangala mangala me Ramanuja Ramanuja mangala mangala me Yadiraja Ramanuja mangala mangala me Mangala mangala me Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Shanon ke Sankata Rasa Shanon ke Sankata Shanamirura Kare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Dukhamina se manaka Swami Dukhamina se manaka Sukha Sampati Gara Ave Sukha Sampati Gara Ave Kashami Te Tanaka Onde Jagarisha Hare Mata Pita Tuma Mere Sharana Gaun Mein Kisake Tuma Vina Ora Na Roja Tuma Vina Ora Na Roja Asha Karuna Jisake Onde Jagarisha Hare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami Swami Tuma Antarayami Para Brahma Parameshwara Para Brahma Parameshwara Tuma Sabake Swami Onde Jagarisha Hare Tuma Karuna Ke Sara Tuma Palana Karata Swami Tuma Palana Karata Neche Bhakta Tuma Swami Neche Bhakta Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Bharata Onde Jagarisha Hare Tuma Eka Gocha Sabake Pranapati Swami Sabake Pranapati Kisaviri Milon Dayamaya Kisaviri Milon Kripamaya Tumako Me Tumate Onde Jagarisha Hare Dina Banduru Kahata Tumara Shaka Mere Tumara Shaka Mere Karuna Hata Badaho Karuna Hata Badaho Sharana Parate Onde Jagarisha Hare Vishaya Vikara Vitao Paparo Deva Swami Paparo Deva Shada Bhakti Vadaho Shada Prema Vadaho Santana Ki Seva Onde Jagarisha Hare Rana Mana Rana Shava Hindera Swami Sava Kucha Hindera Swami Sava Kucha Hindera Tera Dujako Arapana Tera Dujako Arapana Kya lage mera Onde Jagarisha Hare Onde Jagarisha Hare Onde Jagarisha Hare Bhakta Jano Ke Sankata Rasa Jano Ke Sankata Janame Dura Kare Onde Jagarisha Hare Mane Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Mane Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Giridhari Lala Shankara Rakodi Oh Shankara 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 Shama Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Govina Mane Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Koji. Tvameva Mata Shabika Tvameva, Tvameva Bandusha Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Ravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sava Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sava Mama Deva Deva. Govina Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyoti Gamaya, Mityoma Amrita Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Shri Lakshmi Narayan Bhagavan ki jai. Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Kanyalar ki jai. Shri Mamata Kriya Mamaji ki jai. Shri Ramanuja Acharya ki jai. Versabala Satgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki jai. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopichana Vallabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakama Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushada Sri Sastani Samarai Samarai Mecho Mochai Mochai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeshanaya Rikti Jvala Pradaya Savarik Shopanam Pat Parasmane Parabrahmane Paramjyotishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Ram.